Hi, I'm Sheilaa Hite, world-class astrologer, tarot master, spellcaster, medium, and all-around magical being. And I'm here today to talk to you about the coming week and what astrology is bringing us. So let's start backwards, which is really in keeping with the energy of this week. And by backwards, I mean, I'll start with the fact that this is an excellent time, if you haven't put it all out already, to put out a cup, a glass, a pitcher of water so that it gets the rays and the power of the moon. You'll be making moon water. I like to set it out 2 or 3 days before the new moon or the full moon and wait 2 or 3 days afterwards. So it reaches its peak tomorrow at 8:51 p.m. Eastern Time. And then it begins to release even more energy over the next 2 or 3 days. So it is not too late. Tonight's a great time to capture that energy, and all day tomorrow and Tuesday. So now on to the other part that's backwards. Friday, Venus, which rules love, relationships, value, especially self-value, and beauty, Venus is leaving its own sign of Libra and moving into the very passionate sign of Scorpio. And Venus and Scorpio times are great. They are, as I said before, passionate. They are also intense, and they're extremely creative. It's a very emotional time, but not emotional as in tears, emotional as in just the emotion of living and the emotion of creating, the emotion of being, and it's really phenomenal. So with this Venus in Scorpio, it's really important that you pay attention to how you're feeling so that you are not caught unawares, because Venus in Scorpio also has a temper. And again, as I said, passion. Passion isn't just lust. Passion is anger. Passion is joy. Passion is creativity. Make sure you know how you're going to use this very powerful energy of Venus and Scorpio. Scorpio gets to the very heart of everything, to the depths of everything. And if Venus is there, it's going to want to know what the value of everything is from the very, very, very bottom all the way through to the top. So by all means, wear red. Wear that wonderful perfume that you like, and be aware that this is a time when you will be very alluring and when you will also be very attracted to. And you may finish the sentence any way you want. But yes, Venus is going into Scorpio for the next few weeks on Friday. So that's the backwards part. Now we're going to move to the beginning of the week, which is as of tomorrow at 8:51 p.m. We have the new moon. We have the sun in Virgo, the sun, and the moon in Virgo, and they are conjunct. What astrologers call conjunct means they are together. And this creates an energy that's very powerful. It's an energy of new beginnings. It's an energy of seeds and planting those seeds. Generally, when the moon is in Virgo, and especially the new moon in Virgo, it's a time of, because it's Virgo, practicality, pragmatism. It's a time of methodology and of details. It's great for that. It's a time of following an already established plan. This time, though, the most important influences of this new moon are the fact that the new moon, the sun and moon in Virgo, are in opposition to the planet Neptune, which is certainly not about details and not about being pragmatic. Neptune is about the great soul dream. It's about what we do when we are not trying to control things. Neptune is the gods speaking to us. Neptune is the soul expressing itself. Neptune is illusion and can be deception, especially self-deception. Neptune rules movies and photographs. So Neptune is all around us, and we use it, and it uses you. Well, this month, Neptune is opposition Uranus. Neptune is opposition the moon, the new moon in Virgo, and the sun in Virgo. So what that means is it's going to be interesting. The moon has its own intuitive, dreamy qualities. So when it gets together with the sun, that highlights the ability to see the fog and beneath the fog. And the moon often has clouds or fog around it. Well, Neptune definitely rules the fog. So this is an opportunity to see beneath the veil. Or as someone once said about Anne Boleyn, she had the ability to see the shadow beneath the stone. That's what this new moon in Virgo, opposition Neptune, can bring you, an ability to see what ordinarily cannot be seen. And with it in Virgo, it means you will actually be able to make use of what you've seen. You'll be able to take what you've seen and you'll be able to make it something that is translatable in our own language, in the human language, and translatable in form. So you can literally manifest something from it. And because you have experienced seeing and knowing on a whole different level. It's also a time with the moon conjunct the sun, the new moon, opposition, Neptune, sun and moon together. They are in opposition. It's also a time to really allow that something magical is happening. Not can happen, but is happening. So I would suggest you look at this as an opportunity to see in ways you wouldn't ordinarily see. Virgo, the sun and moon are in Virgo, is like being able to pay attention to the tree. Oh, I see the tree. Pisces is like being able to pay attention to the forest. This is an unusual opportunity to pay attention to the forest and the trees at the same time. Microcosm and macrocosm together. And from seeing the whole picture and the details of the whole picture and what you need to do to create from the whole picture, amazing, amazing things can happen. Especially if you're an artist or a writer or a scientist, because you're tuned into everything. We need to be careful during this time. Let's see, I want to make sure I got everything here about Neptune and the sun. Yes, the Neptune and the sun and the moon. The other thing that's happening is we have the new moon in sun, the new moon and sun, or the new moon, which is the sun and the moon in Virgo. We have that, and we have it making a trine, a triangle, a trine aspect to Uranus, the planet Uranus, the planet of insight, the planet of genius, the planet of quirky, wild, weird, wow, what was that? And so you've got the seeds. We're planting the seeds for something phenomenal. Now, since the moon is really good at, knowing things. It's very intuitive. It's good at knowing things and at nurturing things. And the sun is very good at shining the light on what needs to be known and nurtured, because the sun and the moon are together in Virgo. And Virgo is really good at details, at methods, at instruction books, and following those instructions. You've got Uranus bringing in wild and wonderful and who knew genius insights. So this is a time when it will come to mind, whatever it is. When the thought will occur to you and you'll go, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm going to do with it. This is a great time for invention. It's a great time for scientists again. It's a great time for writers and engineers. This is a phenomenal time because all of the uniqueness of the world, uniqueness of all of the worlds comes into play with this wonderful seed planting sun and moon, new moon, in Virgo. So use this time, be creative, allow, instead of insisting on details to give you the answer, instead of insisting on letting only your feelings and fantasies give you the answer, allow yourself to combine the two. And whatever comes up for you, fantasy-wise, or soul-wise, or feeling-wise, actually insist that the Virgo comes along and the Virgo sun and moon insist that they tell you how to use that information, tell you how to build on that information, tell you how to see the shadow beneath the stone, and then what to do with the information you get. So on that note, happy moon water, happy new moon, happy Venus in Scorpio. Bye.